Hey, welcome in. You're listening to the daily version of the Cornell Economics Report. I'm Al Cornell, and I appreciate you joining me. It is Wednesday, April 6th. This audio is being produced exclusively for Bart Kittner and my friends at Kitco. Chatting right now, interestingly enough, with one of the folks from Kitco, Jim Wyckoff. Jim writes a very, very interesting and informative daily column for Kitco I never let it go by really without reading it because there's some really good insights in there. But Jim, I got a question for you. You know, the gold market today really, really continued to break out. I mean, as we're recording here, and we're recording about 11 a.m., and that's Pacific Daylight Time. Gold is just a skosh under 1460. We're at 1459. Silver is, interestingly enough, just barely under $40. It's 39.44, up 16 cents. I was interviewed this morning. The U.S. dollar, by the way, is down 39 cents on the index, 75.51. So that inverse relationship is very definitely coming into play here, the inverse relationship between the U.S. dollar and gold. I was interviewed on Market Watch this morning, and they asked me, after chatting for about 4 minutes, where I thought gold and silver were headed. And my comment was, I think in the short term you're going to see a little better than $1,500 an ounce gold based on, some factors that I gave them. And then I said in terms of silver, I think we're going to break $40 possibly even today, and then probably trend up towards the $60 level. You think I'm nuts?
No, I don't. Maybe a little. I guess it might be a stretch on $60 for silver, but certainly the next upside target for gold is psychological resistance at $1,500,
yeah.
And we could reach that. We could reach that by next week or before. The fact that gold is setting new all-time highs on a regular basis now is drawing more media attention, general media attention, and that is by itself drawing more investment demand into the precious metal. So I think you're going to start seeing bigger daily price moves in both gold and silver, and I mean on the upside and on the downside, because when you do start seeing keener investment demand, you're going to see bigger price moves on the upside, but you're going to see bigger corrective pullbacks also. And I agree that gold or that silver has upside beyond $40, probably beyond $50. The fact that silver has not made a new all-time record high yet, and gold has been doing it for several months now, that also augurs for silver to push above $50 an ounce.
Oh, I would agree. Jim, one last question, and that is a lot of the people are saying, a lot of the pundits are saying, once the daily press starts to report on a regular basis on precious metals, that's a sure sign of the top. I don't think that's the case right now. Would you agree?
Well, I've heard that saying before, too, and it's
Sure.
funny, I was asked that. I gave that, somebody asked me that same question about the press, and this was a year ago, and I said, that is an old market adage, and I do put some credence in it, but the fact that gold has really been in the general mainstream press for about a year and a half now, since it has moved above $1,000 an ounce, and still that hasn't backed anything off. We've got a perfect storm of bullish fundamentals and bullish technicals that's going to continue to drive this thing higher. And the path of least resistance for gold and silver is going to continue to be sideways to higher until we get some strong technical signals that that's not the case, and that just hasn't happened yet.
No, it hasn't happened. Well, I hope that George Clooney in The Perfect Storm, as I said in an article that I wrote about 3 years ago, I hope he's invested in gold. Jim Wyckoff, thank you so much, my friend.
Anytime, Al.